Bonjour, hello, welcome to another video, Max Mountain World. Really hot day here today, just lunchtime-ish, and we're heading on for about 30 degrees here at, well, I'm at 1,550 meters just now, which is about, if I remember rightly, about 5,003 or something like that. So yeah, it's kind of warm, sunny, few clouds around, but a beautiful day here, not much wind. Now, I did some recent videos on stuff that was happening with workshops, update videos around the resort of Les-Orres here, and had a few comments saying I didn't do much on the actual temporary workshop stuff that was going on, temporary storage or whatever you want to call it. And the reason for that was that the last time I did that video, I did it with a GoPro. So I'm going to have a little closer look here now. As I say, a beautiful, beautiful day here today, just looking across the valley to the Les-Orres, and quite a clear day today as well. Not much in the way of clouds, certainly nothing threatening anything. Might get a little storm come through later, but I think all that stuff's finished, the stuff we've been getting the last couple of weeks. Now, I've done loads of videos where I've skied down here. This is up. Skied down here to the MaxMountainWorld chairlift, which is one of the original ones for the station here, and it's not far away. If I look through the trees there, I don't know, it'll probably want to focus on the trees, but just the other side is one of my favourite radio spots. Yeah, many times I've skied down to here. It's quite an option here. Sometimes if you time it right, you can miss the crowds just by turning up at this one where nobody really finds it, and I come scorching down here at silly speeds to stop and take the chairlift back up. So down here, I'll just carry on down. You can hear a little bit, oh, I'm about to die. So the chairlift MaxMountainWorld, and just looking down, this is the car park I use sometimes for radio stuff. There was some stuff happening today, but it was just going a bit too berserk. Wouldn't really have been worthwhile getting the antenna out. I wouldn't have much time anyway. I've got an appointment down in Ombran, down the bottom of the valley, with someone in about an hour's time, so I'd be putting the antenna up and taking it back down pretty quickly. So through the fencing here we can see stuff. I'll have a closer look at that. I'm about to die again. So if you've watched some of my radio videos when I've been here, you probably recognise that chalet there, which is right next to where I normally park up. The last time I had to move due to fire brigade doing stuff, and this down here is all the temporary workshops, containers and all sorts, and we can see all the snow cannons that have been stored here. I don't know how they've got here, that's a big question. Maybe they came down in the likes of that truck or something, or maybe they were helicoptered down when I wasn't looking. But yeah, huge car park area. It's normally a daytime parking area right next to the lift just above there. But there's no way that they could have brought stuff down to the left here. So it would have had to come down the track here if it was on wheels, round by the parking, by my favourite parking, and then back down. The road just joins to the right there and through here. So still some stuff going on, and that's what we got. I'll just zoom in a bit more. And that's where a lot of the stuff is stored, but I'm still on a question mark for the dames, the piste bashers, the grooming machines. So they seem to have security systems installed, bow watch, whatever that is, and yeah, we've got some cameras and they're advertising below it again. But yeah, have a little look over here. So at the back here, yeah, a lot more to be seen, a lot more containers. I mean, there's dozens of them, and the snow cannons, to what I can guess, that's them all, except for the ones that are permanently fixed in place. But it's pretty big what they've done here. This is only temporary until they've got all the workshops and stuff finished. This place that I call my favourite parking spot, normally because it's the last to fill up with people on season. So even though there's quite a lot of vehicles up here, there's it's not full. If you just look beyond the tractor thingy there, it's all clear up there. I was parked up there a while back, but as I say, not much happening on the radio. So a lot of stuff been stored up here. There's a couple of teleskis, the Galopin 2, and I think the other one. There's 2 teleskis, 2 ski buttons, ski toes, and these have been removed. I'll cover more on all this in the future. So yeah, as I say, I'll cover more of it in the future, as more of it makes sense than nothing else, because it's kind of confusing what they've done. Quite well neat the way that they've stashed stuff away out of sight of most of the general public. So I'm going to have a quick look around the car park here, a couple more things here, another bit of a mystery, continuing the mystery theme of the previous videos, and I found something interesting. I'll put that in as well. Thanks very much for watching. So back at the security sign thing there, they've taken a bridge away from somewhere as well. I don't recognise that, although it might be one of the tracks that's been taken over by the works and cancelled as such, mountain bike track, when they've got the works going up the top. So normally I would be just beyond this black vehicle, black Volkswagen or whatever it is, and that's a great place, aspect north that way, and it's a fantastic place to work with a big aerial. Even the little aerial works fine. Now over here there's a couple of camping cars, as they call them, and we've got a couple of the Dameuses. We've got one here, and I've been up on one of these ones. I think it was the one on the right there, probably the one with the wheel and the arm and the cable tie. But there's only 3 of them here. There's a snowplow parked up, obviously not needed at this time of year. All the tracks and the pieces for them all. And this is what they look like when they're naked as such, when they've not got their feet on. So as I say, I've done a video on that one. It was mostly in French when I was out one night. And this is all the spare parts. Someone in a temporary lodgement, and that's the same chalet I mentioned before. So go and have a look at something here. Hopefully, I had tried earlier to catch a focus on this, but it means looking through a fence, and the camera got a bit confused with that one. And various other things on the way past, the tractor thingies and whatnot, staff parking, the resort's own vehicles, obviously using this as a sort of temporary parking area for everything as well. So I'm going to go down here, back down to where I've parked the car, the Jag, in the shade, and see if I can find and focus on what I'm about to do. So I think this is probably how a lot of this stuff has moved, I'm not too sure. Some stuff still on the move. One of the recycling boxes. More equipment randomly placed at the side of the road here. I've managed, as I say, to get the car parked up in the shade there. Saves it scorching away in the sun. Now over to the right, or the left, sorry, the other right, this is where I'm going to have difficulty unless I do a bit of climbing or something. But through there is, sometimes with difficulty zooming, it's handy out just to zoom in mega slowly. So I'll try from there and see how I go. But as I mentioned a few times in my videos, the Jag I have is very, very, very rare. It's the only petrol X-type estate in France, and I've spotted another X-type. It's not an estate. Just zooming in slowly, I'm managing to hopefully catch this. Another vehicle comes past. This is a 2008 one, it's a year newer than mine. I'm going to cut into the edit in this video that I'm doing. There's my computer screen, and that's where I've stopped the video edit because I got curious on my accuracy and all this. So I'm not sure exactly how to do this. Here we go. See if the camera can catch that. Right, so I thought I'd ask ChatGPT about the same thing, and I got quite an interesting response. I think I'm holding this right. I'm doing this off my phone, obviously. So yeah, based on blah blah blah, this is pretty excellent, and just I was wrong. It's actually an older version. It's in the same series, but an older version. And I went on to ask it further on a couple of things. I mentioned the door mirrors, the color-coded bumper inserts, and it's turned around and said, yeah buddy, yeah right, that's great information, and it's come up with it. And then right at the very end, it's turned around to me and it said most likely 2006, 2007. I think it's not quite right 100% on that. I think it's 2006 more the case for a bottom end diesel. But yeah, I gave all the rest of that stuff as well. And then at the bottom it turned around and just said if you're trying to date it from appearance alone, I'd put it at about 2004 model year with roughly 70% confidence. Isn't that pretty excellent? So anyway, okay, I'll finish off the video now. And I've seen it before. It's even got the leaping cat on the bonnet. I'm jealous, although I don't want to do that because I don't want to have my car vandalized. But it's on French plates, yeah. And I've seen this one here before. I don't know if it's possible to catch its department. Not really. 13, it's Marseille. I've seen this before up here. Not so rare, and I can tell by various things like the wheel type, which are their original wheels, the grille type, the bumper and scoop type, that one there is a diesel. Piece of junk basically. Yeah, so what we heard there was this guy turning around and coming back down. Now these boxes, these are the recycling things. You fold up your carton and put it in the slot there, so you don't put entire boxes down, it wastes space. And I think he's probably delivering it next to the other two recycling receptacles. Not too sure. Anyway, kind of hot here in the sun, so I'm going to jump back in the car, get the air conditioning on, head home, edit the video. That's it again for today. Thanks very much for watching. Yeah, it's a delivery. Just wonder the weight of that thing, and he doesn't have any auxiliary legs on that pickup. So I wonder how much that can take stuff to the side. I dare say it's something that's a well-practiced manoeuvre anyway. Right, so leave him to do his job, not be too intrusive. There might be a bit of aircon noise in this last bit. It is kind of warm, and I don't know if he's swapping them over or what they're doing there. Oh well, life continues, and